How's everybody feeling tonight? It's Rumble night! Thank you everybody for coming out tonight. We are going live worldwide in about 3 minutes. We're going to go live worldwide from right here. Thank you all for coming out on what is one of the most exciting, important nights of the year for CWF Mid-Atlantic. Real quick, I want to thank our sponsors, High Spots TV, 102 Jams, and PWPonderings.com. My man Chet right here with PW Ponderings that did so much to promote the event online. Gibsonville, please help me welcome a former Mid-Atlantic champion, High Definition, Steve Green. A long-time favorite here in CWF Mid-Atlantic, a former Mid-Atlantic champion. A lot of people know, some don't. Forced to retire some years back due to a neck injury, and we received some bad news earlier this week. We know that you were hopeful to enter the CWF Rumble tonight, but it looks like that was not to be. You've got to be disappointed in this development.
Oh, Brad, I definitely am. I begged, I pleaded with the doctors. Let me wrestle one more night. Give me one chance. But they said, no, you got a bone spur sticking in your nerves. You're nowhere near ready to do another match.
Well, we saw 2 weeks ago the Dynasty reformed to combat the All-Stars, and obviously you were hoping to join your longtime friends in that battle. So I guess my question is, if an in-ring return is out, if you're never going to see action again, what does the future hold for Steve Green and for your spot in the Dynasty?
Well, what I'm about to say is, to hell with the doctors. They can never fix my neck. Give me 1 month from tonight to be in the best shape I possibly can. November 2nd, all 4 Dynasty, all 4 All-Stars. We're going to do it that night. You want to fight? I will fight everybody that night. Me, Rick, X, Brad Attitude against Gemini, Monkey, Roy, and the Assassin.
1 month from tonight! All the Dynasty against all of the All-Stars!
All of us. And we're going to hit them with the blow!
Well, you heard it here first! 1 month from tonight, the 4 members of the Dynasty will face the 4 members of the All-Stars! 4 on 4! And we have got a crew in the back that is ready to showcase and shine.
Dynasty! Dynasty! Dynasty!
Because we're going live in about 2 minutes. So make a little noise! Say hello to my friend the captain in the back. If you've got a couple of dollars, please drop them in for the fire department.
Brad Stutts, I want my RDL title shot. I want to bring that title back to Smith and Weston. You suck! You suck! Shut your mouth!
Title match is up first. Stay right here. We're going live in 90 seconds as soon as this video goes dark.
Alert CWF is live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Chet Sterling and I. We're going to take those tag team titles.
We make every person in that match feel as miserable and worthless as wrestling has made us.
I'm gonna win the Rumble. I'm gonna crush and go to WrestleMania. Oh yeah! Yeah!
Clearly the Killbillies have done their homework and are ready for the CWF Mid-Atlantic Rumble.
Mecha's victory! And none of you have seen the Fury just yet.
And I'm taking it
Not just for me, but for my people.
You called out the Thunder one, now you got it!
And I guarantee you, you will regret it. Aaron Biggs is coming to the CWF Rumble.
I'm gonna take your title!
Oh yeah, you're gonna beat me! You are not ready! Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, let's go! I need to hear you!
Champion, so Smoove with Lee!
You're going down! You're going
And ladies and gentlemen, the challenger tonight from Smith and Weston, this is Charlie Weston!
Welcome to our worldwide audience that is joining us on High Spots TV and CWF On Demand. Brad Stutts and Cecil Scott are in the booth. Cecil, it is the most exciting night of the year. It is Rumble night, and we are off and running with the stars of the Rising Generation League.
Man, we are going right off the bat in the Rumble every year, the most exciting night on the CWF calendar. And speaking of exciting, Chris Lee with their high cross.
Only got him a 2 count. Scoop and a slam. Chris Lee with the European uppercut. And Chris Lee takes him down to the canvas.
Get him up there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I thought I could do that.
No, you can't do that.
Who's up now?
Weston continuing. Chris Lee coming back now. Chris Lee fires away at Weston, hits the ropes, and the challenger just about takes his head off. Unbelievable action here in our opening contest. Cover here from Weston. Only gets a count of 2. Our followers pointing out our technical difficulties on Twitter. I think we are back up now. Cecil, can you hear me?
Oh, that was an ordeal.
Weston continuing to go to work on the champion here. Of course, this title bout was forced 2 weeks ago when Charlie Weston scored the upset and pinned the champion in a tag team bout, forcing this title matchup. And so far it's been very back and forth, Cecil. Both of these young competitors in the Rising Generation League. Rising Generation League for wrestlers with 3 years of experience or less, and both of these guys want to make a big impression here on one of the biggest nights of the year.
Absolutely. This is a lot of exposure for 2 very young athletes. And Charlie Weston thought he was going to get this title shot at a later date. If you recall, it was originally supposed to be Brandon Day and Chris Lee tonight.
A little bit of a change of plans. and Charlie Weston gets the opportunity on short notice. Cecil, as an in-ring competitor yourself, does that short notice, does it fire you up and motivate you a little bit more, or is it a handicap to have not known, you know, Weston's known about this match for all of maybe 12 or 18 hours?
Right, but as we said, he knew he was going to get a shot down the line. You have to figure in the back of his head he was prepping for Chris Lee all along. And when there's a title on the line, you always have to be ready.
Oh, God, stomped him right in the chest.
Nice curb stomp. He could have got a cover there possibly.
A little bit of an arrogant cover. That's not going to keep the leader of the Rising Generation League down. Of course, Chris Lee made his professional debut 1 year ago tonight at last year's Rumble, and in 1 year this kid has done a lot. Competed all over North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, and captured the Rising Generation League Championship back on June the 1st.
And he is the crowd favorite here. He's got a lot of his people here, and he's taken on such a hectic schedule. For somebody who's only wrestled a year, he's already got close to a couple hundred matches under his belt.
This kid is a hustler like none other, a nighttime DJ at 102 Jams, the Triad's hip-hop station. We thank 102 Jams for their ticket giveaway and their promotional efforts to help us publicize this event. Chris Lee, also a afternoon drive time traffic anchor at WXII Channel 12 in the Greensboro Winston-Salem market. Two basically full-time jobs as an on-air personality, a media personality here in the area. And as you mentioned, Chris Lee has had something like 100 pro matches in his first year as well. So this is a hard-working kid, a work ethic second to none. Great kick there from Chris Lee.
And speaking of working hard, Charlie Weston's got him working hard in this match.
Cover here. Referee Katie Kincaid right there, but only gets a count of 2.
And I'm trying my best not to call him by his partner's name like I did at the last show.
Smith and Weston have formed a tag team that has moved up the ranks very quickly here in CWF Mid-Atlantic. But he does not have his partner to help tonight. It's one-on-one. German, good Lord.
Oh, nice release, German, right on the back of the head.
That'll scramble your eggs. Chris Lee is going to go for broke here. Could be that big stinger splash. No, double knees in the buckle. He's got Weston rocked.
Northern Lights.
Great looking Northern Lights. 2, but only 2.
Wonderful bridge on that. Charlie Weston showing some resilience here.
Angle slam. Drilled him with it. Chris Lee is unloading the arsenal. These Rising Generation League matches, people with 3 years or less of professional experience and only a 10-minute time limit. So you really have to hustle in these Rising Generation League matches.
Yeah, you can't get paid by the hour here. Charlie Weston's very, very smart move. Got to the opposite corner.
That really was a great move. He avoided the contact.
Yeah, Chris Lee was looking for that big splash off the top. Blue Thunder driver.
Gorgeous, great ring positioning, but only got 2.
And a Weston kicking out again. The kid's tough.
Chris Lee needs to make something happen here to retain the title. Weston needs to make something big happen to win it. Oh, God, just drop kicked him in the mouth. Look at the intensity on Charlie Weston. Woo, only got 2. Rolls all the way over and only got 2.
Chris almost got to pin himself off a great counter there.
They're giving referee Katie Kincaid a workout on all these near falls, up and down in this short time limit. 2 fast-paced, exciting athletes here, opening things up at the 13th annual CWF Rumble.
Looking for a neck breaker, it looks like.
No. Soul Food drilled him with it.
Caught it right in the ear.
What a great move from Chris Lee. Slips right in. Small package of him. Weights on the shoulders and he beat him.
Great wrestling move.
Great ingenuity from the Rising Generation League champion. Chris Lee retains in a spirited opening contest.
Yep, very exciting match. Chris Lee getting better every time we see him.
Chris Show Smoove Lee!
The Sportatorium is rocking tonight on Rumble night.
Man, this Chris Lee, it's just a matter of time. He's going to be a big star, not just here in the Triad, but he's going to be a big star all over the country before you know it.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Miss Stephanie Union.
Ladies and gentlemen, the CWF television champion, Matty de Nero.
was almost in this spot, right here, on March 30th, when Nick Richard kicked me in the face and ended everything that we had built in Fatback Enterprises together along with Donnie Dollars. He threw it away just like that. And instead of laying down, instead of withering away and fading into obscurity, I battled back, and on June 1st, I became the CWF television champion of the Mid-Atlantic world. And since then, I've defended my title, and I've defended it, and I've defended it some more. However, I knew in the back of my mind this isn't where I was going. I knew in the back of my mind there was one thing that I needed to do. And after all these years, I finally got a shot at the Mid-Atlantic Championship. And tonight, Arik Royal, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you don't bring your A game, or if you underestimate me one bit, I'm walking out of here with 2 belts. That's all I'm gonna say. Be ready, Arik Royal, because tonight, I'm taking that title from you. Thank you, Stephanie. One more belt, Arik.
Strong words from the challenger in tonight's championship bout.
Yeah, Matty D sounds extremely ready. Arik Royal suggested that he may not be, but I beg to differ.
Ladies and gentlemen, next bout tonight is scheduled for singles action, one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Please welcome out first, representing the Goon Squad, Wilkins.
A very interesting situation that has developed in recent weeks between CWF's 2 super groups.
Yeah, this is like two of the top teams in the conference going head to head.
Look at this idiot, the coach, rocking the, I thought he was a Reds fan. He's rocking the Pirates colors.
The Pirates must have won today.
They knocked the Reds out.
Rumble! Let me just remind you people of something. Last year's winner is standing right here. The All-Stars are about winning, and tonight we're gonna win and win and win. But first thing we're gonna do, Roy, is get some payback on the Dynasty. And Ric Converse, you humiliated me here last time. Pull my pants down. Tonight we're gonna put you down. The rest of the night is gonna be All-Star night.
No, the coach has got to be a confident man to be wearing those shoes.
No doubt.
My word.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent tonight, he is the first, Ric Converse.
A perennial CWF Mid-Atlantic favorite. Is there anyone over the years that has built up more of a love, more of a relationship, more of a trust with these fans that have supported CWF for all these years than Ric Converse? And there is no one that likes to shine on the big events more than Converse. Cecil, this one could just be the match of the night.
Absolutely. You got 2 top-notch pro wrestlers in there. And Ric Converse, oh, he better watch out.
Wilkins jumps him at the bell. We referenced the issues that had developed in recent weeks. It was 4 weeks ago, right here in this very building, that Wilkins, Eaton, Kandrack, and the coach put the All-Stars back together and went after the Dynasty, specifically Converse and Osiris. And then 2 weeks later, 2 weeks ago tonight, in retaliation, we saw Steve Green, Brad Attitude, Osiris, and Converse stand united as the Dynasty. Cecil, these 2 groups, these 2 super groups, we saw them face off, and in this one, it's almost a situation where it's kind of like the captains going one-on-one.
In a manner of speaking, yes. And you talked about Ric Converse. I would go so far as to say he is the franchise of CWF Mid-Atlantic. He has been the cornerstone for years and years. and he has beaten Roy Wilkins from one corner to the next.
Well, I tell you, one guy who we will talk about later tonight, there is one man in CWF Mid-Atlantic that is giving Converse a challenge for that title of being the franchise, and that is the Mid-Atlantic champion, Arik Royal. He will defend his title against Matty de Nero later tonight, champion versus champion. But you're right, the perennial franchise, the man who has been the man in CWF Mid-Atlantic for so long, is undeniably the former multiple-time champion, Ric Converse.
A lot of times you associate one player with a particular team. You associate Ric Converse with CWF Mid-Atlantic.
What is this idiot the coach doing?
I'm sure he saw something illegal.
I'm sure he did. Converse firing back on Wilkins as the ref is arguing with the coach. The coach is a moron.
Oh, he went way high on the high cross there.
Converse is measuring Wilkins. No!
Oh, brilliant move.
Well, if this had been the CWF Rumble, Converse would be eliminated.
Oh, yeah, without question. And Roy Wilkins awfully proud of himself right now. And we saw weeks ago, we had that wonderful technical wrestling match with Trevor Lee. This is not a technical wrestling Roy Wilkins right now.
You know, it really looked like Wilkins had left the All-Stars. Uh-oh, baseball slide, got nothing. Converse has got Wilkins and fires away on him on the floor.
If not, this match has been a fist fight from the start.
A lot of bad feelings between these two teams.
Oh, whoa. Richter scale on the floor?
No way.
Roy's trying to fight it.
I've never seen this in all these years at CWF, and we are not going to see it tonight. Oh! Wilkins sends Converse into the hardest part of the ring, right there on the edge, and referee Charles Richardson is going to have to get these men back in the ring.
Yeah, Charles seemed reluctant to count both guys out, so he's trying to urge at least one of them to get back in. Roy may have a count-out win here. And we've got fans still filing into the building as we speak.
We are going to be at or over capacity by the time this thing is over with.
We are at critical mass, my man.
But you alluded to that great technical match that Wilkins and Trevor Lee had a few weeks back. It really looked like Wilkins had left the All-Stars and was going to go his own way and possibly be the technical scientific wizard that we all know he can be. And I got to think the interference of Chet Sterling being the catalyst for Roy Wilkins losing that match, I got to think is what convinced Wilkins, hey, I do need the All-Stars. I do need the coach watching my back. I honestly believe that was one of the most traumatic losses in Wilkins' career.
Oh, schoolboy.
See a schoolboy there, only got two.
Speaking of wrestling.
I really believe that loss told the entire story to Wilkins, that told him he did need the All-Stars. He did want people watching his back because he saw that when you venture out there on your own, a lot of times the other guy does have someone in their corner, and I really think Wilkins learned that that's how you get beat.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to go into battle alone. And I'm noticing a point, something Roy Wilkins has been doing. He goes back to the midsection every time Ric Converse gets up on him. He plants a knee right into that gut, and that will take the wind out of you in a hurry.
It does seem like a very focused game plan from Wilkins. Stomps him again. That exact same part of the body, like you said, C-Bear. Wilkins has got a very focused game plan, it looks like.
Oh, the old rage lock. Oh, Roy Rage Wilkins.
That stretches out those abdominal muscles. Obviously, it puts torque on the knees and the ankles as well in the back, but it absolutely stretches out that abdominal region and those ribs that he's been trying to soften up.
And not to mention the hamstrings. I've actually tapped out to this hold years ago. It stretches your back and your hamstring like you wouldn't believe. And Rick may be doing the same if he don't get to the ropes.
He's trying to make it, and he does. He makes it to the ropes. Wilkins will get disqualified if he does not break it.
Trust me, Charles will not hesitate to disqualify you.
If there's anyone that's a little trigger happy on that disqualification, it's Charles Richardson.
You can say that again. But Roy's got this comfortably where he wants it right now. And this is just like, you know, you see in a fight, you know, go into the body and you just slow down over time.
Wilkins, as the coach pointed out, the winner of last year's 30-man Rumble. Converse won it back in 2005, as we see the 2005 Rumble winner now firing up on the 2012 Rumble winner.
That's right, and of course, if I recall, he last eliminated Nick Richards, did Roy Wilkins, which, oh, nice boot. Probably has a lot to do with the Nick Richards we see today.
Cover from Converse, great ring positioning, but he only got two on it.
And Rick, he's starting to string a little off it. Right back to the gut with the knee.
Fantastic game plan from Roy Wilkins. Could be the moonlight drive. No. Oh, Converse drills him with the sky high.
That sky high power bomb, and that definitely created the space he needed.
What is the coach winding the play clock for?
Hey,
oh, God.
Oh, my God.
The rest of the All-Stars, Eaton and Kandrack, have come out.
And I've got to be honest, I did not see Brad Attitude.
Oh, God, Brad Attitude and Nick Cyrus. Attitude and Nick Cyrus are out on the far side. We've got a fight. Whoa, the two teams have lined up on opposite sides here.
I mean, this is not a lumberjack match, but it may as well be at this point.
It might be now.
And I think this has really rattled Roy Wilkins.
The Dynasty and the All-Stars have lined up on opposing sides here.
High back body drop.
And it seems to have reinvigorated Converse.
Oh,
a near fall.
And Roy Wilkins, he's been in control for 80% of this match, finds himself backpedaling now.
Side Russian, yes! Ooh. Great move. Dropped him hard on the back of his head. Wilkins almost got knocked out.
Man, he caught all of that right in the back of the head and the neck.
That was one of the most effective side Russian leg sweeps I've ever seen in my life.
Man alive. And Roy has no idea where he's at.
Richter scale, this could be it right here.
He walked right into it.
No move has put away more people in CWF Mid-Atlantic than that Richter scale. No. Flatliner.
Oh, man, got the complete shot on Wilkins, and I think he's got him where he wants him.
Rick may try to go back for that Richter scale.
Why not?
No move has beaten more people than this one.
He can't get all of it. He got it.
Dropped him right on his face in the center of the ring. Cover. And he beat him with it. Ric Converse and the Dynasty get a win. Here come the All-Stars.
Oh,
God.
They're not waiting on the Rumble.
It's a gang fight in center ring between the All-Stars and the Dynasty.
And what is the coach is going to get pantsed again if he doesn't get out of there.
Converse has won it with his brethren in the Dynasty by his side. What a victory for the franchise player of CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Hard-fought match, great back-and-forth match.
Ladies and gentlemen, by pinfall, 7 minutes, 55 seconds, the first Ric Converse!
And I gotta believe that's just the first battle of many. And now I'm just so curious to see what's going to happen in this Rumble match if any of these 6 men cross paths in that Rumble.
The Dynasty standing tall in this first battle of the night, but as you pointed out, C-Bear, all these men will be back for the 30-man Rumble. That is our headlining matchup tonight. 30 men will enter the Rumble match. We also have got the Mid-Atlantic Championship that's going to go on the line. And now I believe we're going to hear from the champ.
Mid-Atlantic champion, Arik Royal.
Matty, I heard what you said. You told me to be ready? Are you kidding me? I stay ready. Matty, tonight. Time's up, homie. Time is up. I told you 2 weeks. Now you better come out here and give me everything that you got. Because when the night is over, Matty. Matty, you have no idea what you've gotten yourself into tonight. Matty, I'll see you out there.
Strong words from a focused Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. Cecil, it is game day for those two great champions here tonight at the Rumble.
It absolutely is. And Arik Royal, I've never seen him more focused on a title defense than he is this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's back tonight. For the CWF
on the face of the challengers. Tag team titles on the line as we see the holder of the Weaver Cup trophy, Trevor Lee. That trophy means a guaranteed Mid-Atlantic Championship match someday, somewhere. But tonight, he's got the opportunity to become a tag team champion. To do it, they will have to defeat the most unlikely tag team champions in CWF history.
And ladies and gentlemen, your CWF Kamakazi Kid and Lee Valiant.
You're right, the most unlikely tag team champions in CWF history, Kamakazi Kid, Lee Valiant. But they are going up against two men who really think they are the face of the changing tide of CWF Mid-Atlantic. And it's hard-pressed to argue with them.
Talking about that changing tide and the new generation. We saw it briefly on display earlier with the Rising Generation League, and there may be, to your point, Cecil, there may be no two people that epitomize the new breed of Mid-Atlantic wrestler more than Trevor Lee and Chet Sterling. But that's one of the things that makes this matchup so interesting. It really is like the rising stars of CWF Mid-Atlantic, the young stars, against two guys in Lee Valiant and Kamakazi Kid that have been cornerstone guys here for a long, long time.
And there was a time they were the young stars, so they understand. I mean, they really understand what's going through the head of Trevor and Chet, but it also means they know what to expect. And I have to believe these two guys are ready. They've worked incredibly well as a team. But this is what, their second, third title defense?
See referee Red Jones flashing the tag team gold here.
And this could be potentially a big night for the Aftermath. If I'm not mistaken, they're both in the Rumble, yes?
I don't know. We have confirmed something like, I believe, 26 of the 30.
Oh,
Neither
wow.
man on that list, but with 4 kind of wild card spots that are floating around, you never quite know who's going to wind up in this 30-man field. Trevor Lee, in particular, denied entry into the Rumble. He said he already had his guaranteed title opportunity. There was no need for him to risk it in there with 30 guys. You almost think that a rising star like Chet Sterling might want the opportunity if it comes his way.
Absolutely, and we've pointed out before, he did not want to debut in the Rumble last year, as most young wrestlers do. But this year, I have to believe he would be a fool if the opportunity came up and he didn't take it.
Of course, the graduates of the CWF Mid-Atlantic Dojo often debut in the Rumble match. We've got a couple tonight. At tradition, it has been that the wrestling school graduates debut in the Rumble match. As you pointed out, last year, Chet Sterling insisted upon a singles match 2 weeks before the Rumble. He felt and continues to feel that he is better than everyone from that rookie class and that he deserves more than everyone from that rookie class.
And he's been in a perpetual heat with Chris Lee over that Rookie of the Year moniker. It's kind of hard to say which one is the better guy because they've had such great success in their first year.
I think maybe if Chet Sterling captures the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team titles tonight, that might tell the story once and for all.
Especially if you beat someone the caliber of Kamakazi Kid or Lee Valiant, two former heavyweight champions.
Undeniably so.
A nice cravat here.
Boy, it is loud and energetic tonight at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. We wish you could all be with us, but we thank those of you that are joining us at ondemand.cwf247.com. We thank those of you that are watching at High Spots TV. Special shout out to Nick and Jess. Congratulations on your wedding. Hope you're catching us on the replay. And so many people that have contacted us about this Rumble. We want to thank the folks at pwponderings.com and 102 Jams, the Triads hip hop station, that have done so much to help us promote tonight's event, both regionally here in the market for 102 Jams and internationally from PW Ponderings. We want to thank them for their help, and what an exciting night it is for CWF Mid-Atlantic. The energy in this building, Cecil, is unparalleled. There is simply no other night like the CWF Rumble.
Man, I said earlier, it's consistently the most exciting night on the calendar. And you're right, so many people helped us out with this event. And
that'll hurt for a while.
I had to stop for a moment. I didn't know where Trevor was going.
I don't think he did either, unfortunately.
Well,
a crude landing.
He's not going anywhere after we're done here tonight. But so many people helped us out here. You mentioned PW Ponderings and 102 Jams. Of course, Joe Gagne's Fun Time Wrestling Arcade helped sponsor us again for this event. Our friend Tom Green, not that one. And my friend Anthony Missionary Thomas with the Wrestling Suit Radio Show giving us some pub over the last couple of weeks.
Want to thank Scott Island at This Weekend Wrestling for helping us out. We're going to have the post-game show. We'll be recording it from outside in the lobby once we're off the air. The Rumble post-game show. Listen to it this week on thisweekendwrestling.net and on Wrestling with Optimism. It's going to be a simulcast. Both podcasts are going to simulcast the Rumble post-game show. Look for that later this week. We thank everyone that's joining us live. We thank everyone that's catching the replay. It is Rumble night here in Gibsonville at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, and we are over capacity here in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium for this great night of action. Valiant covers on Chet, but only gets a 2 count.
And speaking of Wrestling with Optimism, our buddy from historyofthewwe.com is here with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Oh, beautiful suplex.
Want everyone to check out Cover. Only got a count of 2. Want everyone to check out Graham Coughlin and Grant Sawyer's great new book that just was released about 48 hours ago. A pro wrestling record and fact book, result book, decades and decades of work. Lee Valiant is going for quick covers on Chet Sterling, and of course, Cecil, you know, there's a lot of history there between those two men.
Right. Chet Sterling started his vaunted winning streak over the summer in a match against Lee Valiant.
It was back in May that Chet Sterling went undefeated all summer long until he met up with Valiant again in the Weaver Cup semifinals.
And Red Jones was distracted there by Trevor Lee. Lee and Kazi have taken most of this match thus far.
Very, very interesting situation over the summer. That summer-long undefeated streak of Chet Sterling's that started with Lee Valiant and it ended with Lee Valiant. In the tournament semifinals, Valiant would go on to face Trevor Lee in the finals. And Cecil, that tournament finals, one of the greatest matches we have ever seen here in CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Without question, the greatest match I've ever called in my short tenure as an announcer. And I'll tell you what, they're beating Chet Sterling like he owes them money. And knowing Chet, he probably does.
That's a very, very likely scenario, I feel.
But it's the experience. They got the early jump, and with that experience, it's hard to relinquish it.
The rocky partnership of Valiant and Kazi seems to be doing great right now. Trevor Lee slides in and gets decked right in the face.
And I really hope the team of the Aftermath, Lee's gonna fly.
Oh boy, dangerous! Good Lord, he just crushed him like an aluminum can on the floor.
And thus far, plan A has not worked for the challengers. I hope they have a plan B or plan C.
Kazi is gonna go high risk. No one does it like Kazi in the history of CWF Mid-Atlantic. No one has done more crazy high risk maneuvers than Kazi, but Trevor Lee is going up to meet him.
Trevor's showing some smarts here. Or maybe it doesn't matter.
Kazi gonna fly on Chet Sterling. No, he's not. Sterling goes up to meet him.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Oh, God. I've seen Kamakazi Kid take some nasty spills in my life. That may be the worst one.
Kazi is down on the floor and hurt bad. Valiant is still in the ring. They've got Valiant. Oh, God, he kicked Valiant right in the face. Rough Rider, there it is, the leg lariat. Oh, my God. We're going to see new champs here. Oh, my God.
Where's Red Jones?
Red Jones is out with Kazi, who took a horrific fall as the challengers pose over Lee Valiant.
Man, if they had the smarts to go for a cover here, they may have had him.
There isn't really anyone to call a cover right now. Red Jones is now going back into the ring.
One can't grieve forever. Kazi's out there.
Cover, this could be it.
And this might be the plan C, or, you know, they might have just been handed a gift here.
We got security being sent out to check on Kazi on the floor.
I can't tell from my vantage point, but I have not seen him move an inch.
He's hurt bad out there.
It looked like he caught the back of his neck on the apron and then hit the floor.
Boy, the resiliency of Kazi has never been called into question, but he's been down over a minute now on the floor.
And unfortunately, if he can't get up soon, this match may not last a whole lot longer because Lee Valiant is caught in that corner with two hungry young wrestlers. Both of which have beaten Lee Valiant in singles matches.
Valiant springs, no, got nothing except a buckle on that one. Oh, God. That might have been a KO. That might have been a KO, Cecil Scott.
Man, I think I saw Lee Valiant's eyes gloss over, and I think he gets kicked out on instinct.
Security is telling me that Kazi is trying to get back up on the apron. A questionable move there.
Well, we had to know he was going to. If he's breathing, he's going to try to get back in. And I see, I think Grant's catching it now. I see Kazi's hand grabbing the bottom rope.
This is a dangerous situation for the champions here. Kazi is already hurt. Valiant could get hurt real bad in a 2-on-1 situation.
A gut wrench. Man, look at that strength by Trevor Lee.
Oh, Valiant slips out. Oh, he got Sterling. Trevor Lee ducked, but he got Chet.
And Lee Valiant living up to his name. He's not going to stop fighting, and he just realized Kazi's still out.
He looked in the corner, and there was nobody in the corner. There's still nobody in the corner.
Oh, Kazi's
Oh, God! He kicked Kazi right in the face.
Oh, man.
What a wise ass.
Hey, come on now.
What crap. What garbage from Trevor Lee. Valiant so dazed and confused, he didn't even know what had happened until it was too late.
He thought he was making a tag, and if you could see the look on his face when he saw Trevor Lee looking down at him.
Well, 225 plus are making noise for Lee Valiant here, but he has got an uphill climb for sure.
And he's still fighting. Oh, man. Man, you couldn't fit another person here with a shoehorn, Brad Stutts.
Cover 2!
And every last one of them behind Lee Valiant. They always have been.
We've got the big shoehorn if we need to squeeze a few more in, so that's no problem.
I have not seen this shoehorn.
If need be, we'll squeeze a few more in because ain't nothing going on but the rent. So if they're here, we will let them in.
I don't want to talk about squeezing right now. I'll incriminate myself.
Pops has got the fire department in his back pocket. It's okay. He's got the fire marshal. We got this.
So that's why we ran the benefit show.
We got this. We got the captain here. Stephen Lovett, the captain of the fire department's here. We're good. We can squeeze as many people in here as we want.
That's Steve Lovett. I thought it was Walter White over there.
Jawbreaker from Valiant.
Trying to stay topical here.
Wanda's got to be happy seeing this building full. That's rent money. Uh-oh. Chet Sterling charges in. Oh, God, no. Valiant has got to wrestle defensively. Is it a wise move to try to tag Kazi? He tagged him.
And where's Kazi going? There's no one in the ring.
I don't think Kazi even knows what's going on right now. Yes, he does.
Double cross.
Boy, this is a bad situation for Kazi to be in.
Oh.
He is risking his health right now.
If he could go ahead and put it away, though. Big time neck breaker.
A lot of excitement in the room, but a lot of worry about the health of this guy.
We've seen him take some shots before. He just keeps going. Big splash, and is Chet still the legal man?
You'd have to ask referee Red Jones. I hope he was able to keep track of it.
Oh, he doesn't know. Death Valley Driver.
It's one of Kazi's big moves. He's not going to get it, though.
Oh!
Woo!
You got the German.
Uh-oh. This could be that double team blockbuster, Cecil.
Oh, God! Into the bridge! Lee Valiant!
Unbelievable action at the 13th annual CWF Rumble.
Man, I thought he had it. Trevor went right to the bridge from that, but Lee came off the top with that elbow.
Kazi has been almost decapitated. Valiant wants back in.
And now Kazi finds himself, I think he used what last bit of energy he had.
That double team blockbuster is one of the craziest moves I've ever seen, and Kazi got dropped hard on the back of his head here.
The kids are creative.
Valiant is legal. Sterling attacks, gets nothing, but runs right into Valiant.
And does Lee, has he regrouped enough from that beating he took? He went for the knee.
Got nothing, sliced bread.
No.
Oh, he's got Chet Sterling. Oh, God, he needs Sterling in the face.
Check out the knee, here comes the sliced bread.
He nails Trevor Lee with it. Valiant's on top. The champions have retained in a war. The champions have retained. Lee Valiant and the Kamakazi Kid hold on to the tag team titles in a war.
Classic tag team title match.
By pinfall and still CWF Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, Kamakazi Kid and Lee Valiant.
Look at the champs standing tall. They have survived the onslaught. onslaught from two men younger, faster, stronger, but the champs are standing tall in the end. What an incredible matchup, Cecil.
Hey, you've got that right. They keep proving us wrong. They keep holding it together. I think all the history, all the animosity is gone from these two. They keep finding ways to win.
Hey, buddy. Good.
Classic.
This place is standing, and I do not blame them. What a matchup we have seen, and now it is heavyweight title time. The Mid-Atlantic Championship is on the line right now.
You know, we got a great seat out here, Brad Stutts.
Undeniably so. And look at the challenger.
That's a hell of a robe.
You just heard it. He said he has been waiting his whole life for this match and this moment.
And I have to say, Matty de Nero coming in, the biggest match of his life. I said earlier on Twitter, my heart is with Matty D, but my brain is with Arik Royal.
One of the most beloved underdogs in CWF Mid-Atlantic history. 350 live events before he held a championship. Since then, he has held that television title with such pride and such passion. Undeniably a career-making night, potentially, for Matty de Nero, but for him to pull it off, he will have to survive the onslaught of the Mid-Atlantic champ.
You got that right. He is not going to be able to match athleticism or strength with Arik Royal. What he has is experience and smarts. He is a brilliant wrestler inside that ring, and a lot of people underestimate that.
Look at the champ. Look at the focus and the concentration on the face of the Mid-Atlantic champion. It is game day. It is the CWF Rumble. It is the ultimate challenge. Champion versus champion at the Rumble. The electricity in this building, Cecil Scott, is unbelievable.
Man, as Gorilla Monsoon used to say, you could cut it with a knife. It's probably not too safe.
Oh man, they're face to face.
Put your belt down. Big boy belt on. Big boy belt on. Big boy belt on.
Yeah, Joey needs to get control here. Man, this crowd is split already. And now we're waiting on our ring introductions from our new ring announcer, Stephanie Lynn.
Brought to you by 102 Jams, PWConference.com, and TV. Introducing first, the challenger, the current television champion. Presented Matty de Nero.
Both of these champions are beloved by the Sportatorium faithful here.
And his opponent, making his 12th title defense tonight. Weighing in at 252 pounds, he is the current Mid-Atlantic champion, Arik Royal.
God almighty, it is a big fight feeling in this building right now. We wish you could be with us live. We thank you so much for watching us at home on your computer, tablet, or mobile device, but the electricity in this building is unmatched. Here in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, if you're anywhere in the Mid-Atlantic region, you have got to come to the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, 1001 Springwood Avenue, Gibsonville, North Carolina, the only place, not just in the Mid-Atlantic, but the only place in the world that you will see the kind of unbelievable product that CWF Mid-Atlantic has cultivated in over 13 years and 360 live events. And Cecil, it's title fight time.
Absolutely. And Dan and Chewy, we're talking to you, by the way. You got to get out here. And Arik Royal, I think, I don't want to like read too much into it, but I really feel like he thinks Matty de Nero's not taking this seriously.
I think he feels like Matty's not in his league, perhaps.
And a lot of people make that mistake with Matthew de Nero. They think he's a jokester, they think he's playing around. But as I mentioned before, he is such a brilliant strategist. He is so smart in that ring, and if Arik Royal takes him lightly, he could very well find himself a former champ quickly. And I said earlier, Matty de Nero has to use his smarts if he wants to win this match. And for once, I think Arik Royal needs to extend the match himself. And I'll tell you why, Brad Stutts.
Tell me why, Cecil Scott.
Matthew de Nero's a television champion. He hasn't wrestled a singles match over 10 minutes in months. Arik Royal has been in war after war after war. I think the stamina and the longevity is on his side in this match.
That's a great point. That television title carries with it a 10-minute television time limit.
And so far, this is going the pace Matthew de Nero wants. Arik Royal hasn't come out like a wrecking ball like he normally does. And I think that's, you know, just a little bit of respect, even though Arik Royal may not admit it.
Boy, the champ, so strong. 252 as opposed to about, I think they said 195. That may be padding it just a little bit. Point is, the champ has got somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 plus pounds on De Nero, and he just showed it right there.
And I don't think anybody has dedicated himself to getting in better shape and improving their conditioning than Arik Royal. When he came in, he was over 300 pounds. When he won the Rumble a couple years ago.
God!
Oh, jeez Louise.
He just slapped Matty right in the face.
Oh, man, I think that says everything we need to say right there.
God almighty. Arik Royal loves nothing on this planet more than he loves that Mid-Atlantic Championship belt. He fought so hard, he moved all the way across the country to win it, and De Nero gouges Arik Royal in the eyes. Matty de Nero will fight fire with fire.
Oh, man, and he's getting in Arik Royal's face, getting dirty.
Whip is not gonna work, he's gotta fight with his head. Oh, drop kick in the face.
And Matthew does have the quickness advantage.
Caught him again with that drop kick. De Nero's gotta make those strikes count.
Hip toss, no.
De Nero is holding on, no.
Landed on his feet.
Another good-looking drop kick, and the champ is going to the floor.
And I think Arik Royal is taking him seriously now.
Champ is going to the floor.
I said before, my heart is with Matthew de Nero in this match. I relate so much to this guy. But the smart money, I feel like, is still on Arik Royal.
I think a lot of the Mid-Atlantic crowd feels that way.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to. He's a sentimental pick. But until somebody beats Arik Royal, it's hard to bet against him. And Arik Royal came in with a head of steam there. Looked a little,
Oh, God, look at the champ.
Man, look at the strength.
Oh, my God.
God, right in the buckle.
Dangerous.
Oh.
Body-to-body contact sends De Nero to the floor.
Man, and he caught all of that. And if I'm Matthew de Nero, I'm going to take my time out there.
Thanks to the Grant Sawyer record and stat book, I can tell you that Arik Royal tonight is making his record-tying 12th title defense if he survives. And if there is a 13th title defense, that will break the longevity record in nearly 15 years for most Mid-Atlantic title defenses by anyone. If Royal gets to 13 defenses, he will set the record.
You tell me who has the record now.
I don't have the book in front of me.
Is it Corey Edsel?
I have no idea. I don't have the book in front of me.
Oh, come on, man. I guess that's supposed to be my job as the color guy.
Undeniably so.
Hey, I just call the moves. I'm just going to go with Corey Edsel and just say that's it.
Royal looking at his watch here, not being paid by the hour.
Now, they got 30 minutes.
I don't know if De Nero can last 30 minutes, honestly.
With Arik Royal, no.
Uh-oh.
Especially if he's getting beat in the face.
Arik Royal very adamantly said, you want to be the champ, you want to be the man, you want to be a heavyweight. Arik Royal said he would show De Nero what it meant to be a heavyweight.
One hand with the suplex. Almost lost him and still muscled him up. And Arik Royal seems like he's trying to prove a point. And if anything, I just think he got ticked off that a guy he considered his friend made this challenge.
I think that's absolutely correct.
Like you said a while back, it's lonely at the top, and Arik Royal, I think, loses more friends every day because he's the champ.
Been the champion since December when he captured the belt at Battlecade, our anniversary super card. So if he makes it to this December, if he makes it to Battlecade at the end of December this year, he will have lasted a full calendar year, but he's got to get out of the Rumble first. He's got things in control right now, but ask Trevor Lee how quickly Matty de Nero can pull out a victory.
You can ask a lot of guys that. I've said before, so many people underestimate Matty de Nero, and they pay for it. I think there is a definite method to his madness. But right now it may not matter because Arik Royal's having his way. Oh, slipped out. And I think Royal caught the post.
That's a great break for de Nero. I don't know if he meant to do it or not, but it's a great break for de Nero. He did not mean to do it, but he knows it now, and de Nero is going on the offensive on the floor.
Yeah, he looked over and asked us if he hit the post. And yeah, he's going for it. He has to be the aggressor. And he's taking it back to that post, rams the left arm right into it.
If there's a way for de Nero to win, it's going to be to hit the biggest move he can muster and catch Royal off guard. If Royal is wounded, that is going to help de Nero's chances exponentially. And one thing that we have not talked about yet, Arik Royal, for the entire duration of this match, has got to be on super kick watch.
Yeah, he has to be. That comes out of nowhere, and he needs to watch his count.
De Nero does not want to win by count out. He wins nothing on a count out. Royal is trying to get away from him. Royal may be too far here. Might be too far. Oh,
he caught the uppercut.
Lord. Everyone in CWF Mid-Atlantic is laying it all on the line tonight on the 13th annual CWF Rumble.
Man, this match is just as hot as the temperature in this building. Uncharacteristic hot day here in October.
Having about 240 or so people crammed in here definitely does not help matters as far as the temperature goes.
No, it does not. I think I'm blown up already. I'm glad I'm not in the Rumble this year.
Me too.
You're glad I'm not in the Rumble?
Always.
Oh.
Sends de Nero into the apron, that edge of the ring, the hardest spot in the ring. We talked about it earlier tonight. You can attest, nowhere in that ring does it feel good, but nowhere does it feel worse than right there on the edge.
Yeah, if nothing else. I mean, the inside of the ring is built to be safe, I guess is the right word for it. But
it's built to prevent injury.
Yes, I mean, it doesn't feel good, but you're not going to die hitting it. But that corner of the ring is...
Oh, that's Hayabusa.
He's still technically alive.
Cover from Royal, cover. Weight is on the shoulders, but de Nero slips out. That's another thing we got to talk about. Arik puts that 252 on the shoulders of de Nero. It's going to be real hard for de Nero's 190 pounds to get out.
Right, especially if he focuses all that weight up on the shoulders and the neck area. Neck, he's working on right now. We saw the cravat earlier in the tag match, and we see another one. Arik Royal, not known for really staying on the ground and wrestling. But I'm thinking he realizes he may need to change his game plan a little bit with Matty de Nero. Because you know Matty came in, he had Arik Royal scouted. And he's still fighting, not a whole lot behind those shots. He shoved him off, created some distance.
Royal, I think, clubbed de Nero in the back of the head right there. De Nero went down. This could be it.
Yeah, it looked like Matthew was trying to... Oh! I think he expected a clothesline and tried to duck it, and Royal came right back on the back of the head.
That's what it looked like from our angle. De Nero, those 2 counts are getting longer.
Yeah, and a whole lot more of those, and we may not see this last a whole lot longer. And a lot of the fans thought that was 3. Oh! Right in the side of the jaw.
Another cover.
And look at the weight. He used his arm strength to pull back on the legs and then put his lower half of his weight on the shoulders. Very smart move.
The champ did not come here to lose. Shout out to Coach D out in California watching us live tonight. His baby boy, the Mid-Atlantic champion, gotta be doing him proud out here in the Carolinas.
Brad says, look at that stump puller.
De Nero is tied up uncomfortably. If you get stuck in this thing too long, this is a fight stopper. This will zap your will to want to keep fighting.
Especially if you pull it back into a pin like that. No, stump puller is one of those moves that fans look at and they don't think much of, but it hurts like hell.
Back in the old days, I would say try it and tell me, but we can't do that anymore. You got to do the don't try this at home campaign.
Kids, please don't do this. If you read my long-winded Facebook post, you'll know how much it all hurts.
I did not.
You commented on it.
That doesn't mean that I read it.
Too long didn't read?
That's right. Oh, De Nero hits the buckle hard.
Man, he took all of that right in the chest. And we're starting to see the longer time in the match starting to catch up to Matty. He's used to a fast pace, putting this thing away in about 9.5 minutes.
Some of the crowd here starting to turn on the champ a little bit. That sentimental favorite, that underdog spirit that De Nero has going for him is so powerful.
And Aric's being uncharacteristically cocky.
Well, but not uncharacteristically aggressive.
No, he's always aggressive, he's always confident, but he just has this look like, hey, I got this, I'm not worried.
Oh, it's the buckle. I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said it kind of rubbed him the wrong way that De Nero would come after his title. His attitude seems very much that, Matty, you want to be a heavyweight? Well, come try to be a heavyweight against me.
And it's a night for a stinger splash, apparently. But he just caught 2 of them.
If he can bust up those ribs, that will affect your breathing, that'll affect your punching power.
Especially for a bigger guy like that, carrying that kind of weight. One more time. And that's 3 in a row.
Royal is down. De Nero has got to shake the cobwebs out and make something happen here.
A nice deep cover, even if he doesn't get a 3, would be a smart move here. Scorpion Deathlock?
Looks like it might be the Scorpion Deathlock.
This all seems very familiar to me.
He's got the champ turned over now.
He's got it locked in pretty good.
De Nero, over the years, has been known to channel the favorite moves of certain wrestlers, and it looks like the wrestler of tonight might be Sting, but those legs just too powerful of Arik Royal.
And Arik Royal has the most powerful legs of anybody I've ever wrestled, bar none. That's why that sick kick is so dangerous, and we just saw the power right there.
That sick kick beat you in 3 seconds about a year ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, it looked like the rope went loose there.
De Nero is obviously winded here.
Sunset flip.
Uh-oh.
I don't recall that match, by the way.
Oh, God, the champ is up. Oh, boy. Oh, my God.
Look at that power. Manny de Nero has to fight out of this.
The champ is down on one knee. The champ is just eating those shots from De Nero.
Oh, my God, it's a strength. What do we got?
Hurricane Rana!
Man, I thought he was going to powerbomb him into the buckle. And that may be a bad break, actually. Arik Royal went out of the ring.
I think anything that stops this charging bull that is Arik Royal is a good move, but you're right, you cannot win the title on a count out, but anything that can halt the momentum of the champ, who is so big and so strong, is a good thing.
It is, and I see a briefcase. What is Matthew de Nero doing? Is that the glove?
He's got the power glove.
I don't know if Arik Royal is ready for the power glove.
Joey Hogan is talking to him.
Is that going to be considered an illegal object?
Joey Hogan is not going to allow the weapon to be used.
Oh, come on, Joey.
Like it or not, that's a good call from the official.
Well, I guess that settles that. Joey Hogan, he give him a little bit of power and it goes to his head. But we are back at a stalemate, center ring. Both men coming into the ring at the same time.
Could be that super kick.
He's loading it up.
Oh, gosh.
Royal was ready.
Caught him. Oh, God, drilled him right in the face.
Man, and he ate every bit of that. Arik Royal's loopy.
I think he may have just knocked a tooth loose on the champ. The champ is shaking it off against the ropes here.
That may be a broken jaw for all we know. Now he's loading up the kick again. He got it!
He drilled him with it! The champ is back on his feet!
Arik Royal up, T-bone suplex!
Oh my God, he T-boned the champion! De Nero's making the cover! History could be made! Oh! Only 2. Royal is so big and so strong.
Man, he's so strong he was able to get up. I can't believe he stayed up after that super kick.
We'll never know what De Nero was going to do with that power glove. We know it's got mystical powers.
Oh, got the guillotine leg drop.
Super leg drop. De Nero is going for another one. That's 2.
And the fans are calling for one more. If he has one more, that may be it.
This is the biggest combination. This is the biggest combination that we have seen the challenger put together here. He hits another one.
Yeah, he hits another one, and we got the cover.
1, 2,
Oh.
only 2. Only 2.
Man, he needs to stay on this. He got the moves he needed, but he's got to stay on this. Arik Royal is right where he wants him.
What has the challenger got now that can put away the champion? That becomes the question, Cecil.
And Arik Royal just pushing him off, trying to create some space, just so he can figure out what to do here. Matty de Nero's relentless right now. Oh! Beast mode.
Drills him in the back. Does the Mid-Atlantic champ.
And now Arik Royal trying to shake the cobwebs loose. I mean, that looked a little bit of desperation. Now he has to figure out something to put Matty de Nero away. The champ looks a little lost right now.
De Nero has survived everything so far.
Oh.
Good Lord, sick kick right in the face. De Nero's out. 2. No! 2! Joey Hogan says 2! De Nero is still alive!
And Arik Royal is incredulous.
To the shock and awe of the 240 plus that are here in the Sportatorium, Matty de Nero is alive and still in this title fight.
He's got his hands up. He's telling Arik Royal to bring it. He said, "You haven't put me down yet. You better do it now, big man."
Body shots.
Smart move. Go to the body and the head will follow.
Come on, man, get off the...
He got to get him off the ropes, so he don't want a 5 count here.
De Nero is making a Rocky Balboa-esque comeback here against Apollo Creed. Super kick did not get it. Royal, so smart. Oh, God! Turned De Nero inside out with the tackle. And Royal wins it. In a war, Arik Royal is still the Mid-Atlantic champion. My gosh.
Arik Royal.
10 minutes and 5 seconds, winner by pinfall. And still, CWF Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, Arik Royal!
Arik Royal took everything Matty de Nero could throw at him. He threw everything he had at Matty de Nero. He caught the Dr. Death football tackle. He earned every last bit of that match.
Arik Royal ties the existing record with 12 successful title defenses.
And Matty de Nero really has nothing to be ashamed of. He wrestled the match of his life. But now, does the doubt creep into Matty de Nero's mind?
De Nero is still the television champion, but what an effort that he put forth tonight to leave a double champion.
And I think Arik Royal finally respects Matty de Nero.
Every night. One day, you'll be the champion.
He said one day he would be the champ. Oh my God, Richards and Miller! Richards and Miller, the champ! Blindsided, De Nero blindsided. Richards and Miller with chairs.
Why do these guys keep coming in from behind us?
Oh my God, he just drilled Royal in the back. He's got the title belt.
And these two, they're still carrying those chairs that they did the damage with all those months ago.
After an incredible championship bout, oh, he hits De Nero right in the face.
We got company.
Donnie Dollars and Mark James. Donnie Dollars and Mark James. Oh my God, chairs are being swung. They've got Miller. Richards is seeking cover.
Mark James and Donnie Dollars saving the life of Matty de Nero and Arik Royal.
The perennial rivals of Richards and Miller, Donnie Dollars and Mark James are ready to fight. And it looks like with two men that have not had an 18-minute war, it looks like Richards and Miller are deciding that discretion may be the better part of valor here at the Rumble.
We know they don't want a face-up fight with these two men. As always, Nick Richards very proud of himself.
What a horrible ending to an otherwise classic confrontation for the Mid-Atlantic Championship. Well, fans, the 13th annual 30-man CWF Rumble is coming up in just a few moments. Right now, we are going to take you to the reformation of the dynasty that occurred 2 weeks ago, as well as comments from many of the participants in this year's CWF Rumble match. We will be back live in exactly 13 minutes with the CWF Rumble.
Yeah. Oh my God, the entire dynasty is in the ring! Steve Green, Brand Attitude! The entire dynasty has hit the ring on the All-Stars! Oh my God! Brad Attitude, Steve Green, Ric Converse, and Cyrus! The entire dynasty has hit the ring on the All-Stars! I've been here all day, I've not seen Brad Attitude! This is very similar to what we will see when the ring is filled with CWF Mid-Atlantic stars on Saturday night, October the 5th, the CWF Rumble!
All-Stars, you called out the Thunder one, now you got it. You got the Dynasty, you got Brad Attitude, you got Steve Green, Cyrus, Ric Converse. You don't know what you got into, but I promise you, the first chance we get, we're gonna get you in this ring, and we're gonna beat that ass.
All-Stars, you guys have been impersonating good wrestling for far too long. You are looking at the original All-Stars. And when the dynasty comes, Rick was right. Your ass is ours.
Do you realize what you just done? The dynasty? Cross? You pulled my pants down. I'm sitting here in my underwear right now because some fan took off with my shorts. You think that's funny? You think that's funny talking about fire and desire? Nobody's got more fire and desire than the All-Stars. And the Rumble is coming up October the 5th. You don't think the All-Stars are getting their revenge? Maybe it's October means it's playoff season. It means time for the World Series. And this World Series champion is going to be Kandrack when he comes to the Rumble. I'm about to go crazy, Walter. I can't believe I got humiliated running around my underwear. I'm in it right now. You see this? I'm wearing my underwear right now. How do you know that's happening?
You know what? Ric Converse, how dare you? Talk about you guys are a better team, more of a unit than the All-Stars? Have you lost your mind? True, you all may have been around longer, but every event, Walter Eaton is here, Roy Wilkins is here, the coach is here, and Ray is here. Rick, you're here most of the time. Cyrus is here when he don't have a flat tire that he can't change. Brad Attitude, who knows where he's at, drunk playing golf somewhere except for twice a year when he thinks he can make a paycheck. Steve Green, he's got a broke neck. He ain't got no business being in there. You crossed the line tonight, Rick. And I guarantee you, you will regret it.
We're not like everybody else. We don't care about titles, and we don't care about trophies. What we care about is taking back everything that wrestling took from us. Whether it was our families, or relationships, or brain cells that I don't have anymore, whatever it may be, because I'm tired of feeling worthless because of pro wrestling. Because if there's one thing it'll do, 99 nights out of 100, pro wrestling will make you feel worthless. And that one night that it doesn't will come for us on October 5th, when we make every person in that match feel as miserable and worthless as wrestling has made us.
October 5th, the CWF Rumble. I always get the short straw. I always go in early, but I always do strong. Strong as in, this year I've beat Roderick Strong. Strong as in, this year I went up against champions and gave them a hell of a match. I've proven time and time again that Chase Dakota belongs. And I've proven time and time again that I need more and more. And the Rumble is where I'm gonna take it.
October 5th, CWF Mid-Atlantic, the Rumble's coming back. And you're looking at the Killbillies, you're looking at the 41-minute man, the 37-second man.
I'm on it with that crap.
Okay, it's fine. But no other team will stand the test of 30 people. I guess 28 when you count in you two guys. 28 and 2 is 1 and 30, so minus me, because I'm not in it. And then the camera is not in it, so it's 27, 30. Okay, what? Evan, I want to know, are you prepared?
Oh, I'm prepared.
How did you prepare? Are you ready? What do you think?
I think 3 rings, 90 men. I'm coming for a Battle Bowl ring.
What did you think?
I'm gonna win the Rumble. I'm gonna crush and go to WrestleMania. Oh
Yeah! Clearly the Killbillies have done their homework and are ready for the CWF Mid-Atlantic Rumble.
Why you gotta bring up 37 seconds? I mean, really, with that crap already. It was 2 years ago. I'm out of here. I'm gonna win this Rumble. I'm gonna crush. I'm going to WrestleMania.
The Rumble. 3 Rumbles. Mecha's match. 4th Rumble. October 5th. Mecha's victory!
The number of years I've been in this company, the number of people I've been aligned with, all of these people just cast me aside like I'm nothing. The number that I draw for the Rumble October 5th matters not to me because none of these people mean anything to me anyway. The Rumble is an opportunity for a furious man. And none of you have seen the Fury just yet.
Hey, All-Stars, as you can see, I'm in Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. And I heard your little interview. I heard what you said about, oh, the Dynasty, they haven't been together in so long. I don't know if they're good anymore. Let me tell you something, I don't have to see these guys every week to know how good they are. We just are. Rick, X, I don't have to see them wrestle every week to know. I don't have to team with them to know that we're still great. Boys, we were great while you guys were still training, and one of you was a monkey. So come October 5th, we are gonna get rid of the All-Stars and the coach completely from CWF. And we're gonna show why the Dynasty will always be #1. I got one thing else for you. Hey, Heel, what do you think about the All-Stars?
Suck, like I was saying.
My thoughts exactly. October 5th, boys, get ready, because your ass is ours.
October 5th, streaming live on iPay-per-view. Aaron Biggs, this is his chance. This is my chance. I enter my first CWF Rumble. I am one of the biggest men to ever enter the CWF ring. And I guarantee when it's my turn to come through those curtains, I'm surely gonna take out a lot of people, because if I win, I get a shot at any title I want. And I'm not gonna say who I want, I'm just gonna wait for October 5th. Aaron Biggs is coming to the CWF Rumble.
Forced out for 6 months. But now, the rightful CWF Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion is back. Live on iPay-per-view with the CWF Rumble. I'm back to do what I do better than anybody else. I'm whooping ass, breaking necks, and bet your ass I'm throwing everybody out. Because after October 5th, I'm back in the picture. It's time to remind everybody that I am the baddest man on the planet.
What's good, everyone? I'm Chris Lee, Show Smoove right here at 102 Jams, and I am a CWF wrestler, and I am a DJ. I am a TV personality. Listen, I made my debut at the CWF Rumble last year, just last year, and in 1 year I've done so much with CWF, and it's been awesome. And this year we're coming back to the CWF Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium right there in Gibsonville, North Carolina. The Chris Lee Expressway is going to be right there for the CWF Rumble and 102 Jams. Yeah, we're sponsoring it. The CWF Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, October 5th. The Chris Lee Expressway heads one way to Gibsonville, North Carolina. I'm going to show out, baby. It's going to be a good time.
The Rumble. And it's going to be the first time Manny Garcia has ever stepped foot with 29 other pieces of crap. This is my warning to you, everybody watching this video, all the wrestlers in the back of CWF. I have something to fight for. See this flag? This is not something I just bring for decoration. It's because every single person in here has never shown my country, La República Dominicana, any type of respect. So this is my time to show you that Manny Garcia is going to be, like I've always said, the next legend of CWF. Putting everybody on notice. If you have a championship, if you have any ounce of self-worth, I'm coming for you, and I'm taking it, not just for me, but for my people.
And October the 5th, I promise you one thing, Smith or Weston is going to win the CWF Rumble.
Oh, they're getting Stephen Lovett out of the way. There might be a fight brewing here between the Killbillies and Smith and Weston.
You know, you beat him, it was a fluke, whatever. Does nobody respect the fire department?
That will win the Rumble are the ones who have nothing to lose.
Oh God! Oh my God! Dollars and James are going after Richards and Miller. Dollars and James are going after Richards and Miller. Smith and Weston, who ripped off Chris Lee and Aaron Smith a couple of matches ago. We've got a fight all over the ring.
And we're getting a bit of a Rumble preview right now.
It's a free-for-all, to be sure.
There's bodies everywhere. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, God. And here's Smoove and Aaron Biggs.
And they're going right after Smith and Weston. Chris Lee got ripped off big time by Charlie Weston in that four-way tag team bout. And now look at Donnie Dollars has got Richards down.
Man, man, I can't even keep up with all of this. This is exactly what we're going to see in 2 weeks.
The CWF Rumble streams live on October the 5th. 30 men will vie for a guaranteed title opportunity at any champion in the PWI organization. Uh-oh. Charlie Weston may be going for a ride here.
Oh, man.
It's every man for himself on October the 5th. 30 men will enter. Oh, God. Oh, God.
And if that happens on October 5th, that would be it for whoever's on the receiving end of that.
We hope you will join us.
CWF Rumble.
We hope you will join us live as we stream absolutely free worldwide Saturday night, October the 5th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time from the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. 30 men will enter. One man's career will be made at the CWF Rumble.
Oh, we about to get this started right.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Cat Cyrus. Ladies and gentlemen, the competitor that drew the number 2, please welcome Lude.
Here we are, Cecil Scott, it's Rumble time.
Oh, man.
And what an exciting 1 and 2 that we have ended up with, thanks to the luck of the draw.
Is that a water ball in his tights, or is he happy to see us?
Probably a little bit of both.
And fate did not do these two men any favors tonight. Osiris number 1, Lance Lude number 2. Now, on top of that, there's enough smoke in here to choke a horse, Brad Stutts.
Either one of these men, to be the last man standing, will have to survive maybe the most grueling match in CWF Mid-Atlantic, bar none.
Oh, no maybe about it. I've been in 6 of them. There is nothing like this. Lance Lude, his first Rumble since 2005, if I'm not mistaken, back when he was still Ultra Dragon. And there's our bell. Osiris is ready to go. And you heard it right there. Osiris says, we're going to set the tone for this whole thing. This should be an exciting first 90 seconds of this Rumble. Wait. Lance was trying to go ahead and get the drop on Osiris there.
Osiris sending Lance Lude to the ropes.
Right after he said we're not going to do it like that.
A little bit of a feeling out process here to start. Both of these guys so energetic, so exciting to watch.
Osiris, of course, a veteran of these Rumbles. He's been in God knows how many.
Lude avoids here. Interesting, both men definitely looking like they want to conserve their energy here at the start.
Absolutely. I mean, they know that if we're going to win this, they're going to be in for a long haul.
Side headlock from Osiris. Neither man wants to risk injury so early in the bout.
And I think once they both realize they're not going to get a quick elimination, they decided they're going to settle in on this.
Pace is quickening a little bit here. Dragon went for a drop kick, got nothing.
And we got another entrant about to come in. Hear the fans counting down. Oh, man.
Another former Mid-Atlantic champion, and Eaton is making eyes at Osiris. Dynasty and the All-Stars are going to war early here in the 13th annual CWF Rumble.
And Walter looks grumpy as ever.
Oh, he just decked Lance Lude. Osiris fires away. Here they go. Dynasty and the All-Stars slugging it out here. And Cecil, what about the big news that Steve Green just dropped on us? He says give him a month to get in shape. And 4 weeks from tonight, he has called out the All-Stars 4-on-4. Steve Green putting the tights back on and Coach Gemini putting the tights back on.
Which is frightening to think about. But Steve Green could not be medically cleared to be in the Rumble tonight as he had originally hoped. But
that's a dangerous move.
Yeah.
I mean, you're someone who has suffered some injuries in your time. To go against doctor's orders like that is a tremendously dangerous move for high-definition Steve Green.
It definitely is. I came back from my fractured ankle probably a month too soon, and it took me months on end. As a matter of fact, I don't think I ever truly recovered. That's what can happen if you come back too quick from an injury.
And unlike Steve Green, you weren't that great before.
I was competent. Man, this time flies.
Yeah, it does, unless you're in the ring.
No, it's a lifetime while you're in there. And we got one of the Killbillies. Oh, man, and he's not going to wrestle anybody. That's not Aric Andrews. Come on, Randolph.
Evan Banks charges in, representing the Killbillies. Banks charges in.
What?
We're going to see a double team here from Evan Banks and Lance Lude.
He's charging him up. Is Osiris going to do it too?
You ain't touched Rumble.
Oh, he sent him in anyway.
He still touched his butt.
He gave him the good game and sent him in anyway. He's just having a little fun, man.
We're just bros out here, that's all.
Just two bros, broing it out, touching each other's butts, 30 guys in the ring.
It's 2013, man.
It is. And Walter Eaton, the luck of the draw has been really poor to him.
And see, this is what happens when you're a jerk. Everybody wants to beat you up.
You sound like you've experienced that at different points in your life.
I have never been a jerk to anybody. Oh! And Walter Eaton, I think he would take it as a compliment if you called him a jerk.
Oh God, Cyrus got the spear!
Good man.
Banks was going for Eaton, but got Cyrus.
And Banks looks like he took a shot too.
Roy Wilkins!
It's the other member of the Goon Squad. This could become a story, Cecil Scott.
And that's music to, oh God, music to Walter Eaton's ears right now.
This could become a story. Last year in the Rumble, Eaton and Wilkins were a dominant force right up until the very end. Oh, 2 feet and a sternum.
The Plan B double stomp.
Oh, they caught Banks, and now they're just mugging Banks in center ring. You might say they're robbing Banks in center ring.
Oh, I hate you.
Oh, face first into the canvas.
And you called it last year. They stuck together for the last half of that Rumble and dominated.
And Roy Wilkins ended up winning that match, so it's a long time. Your cardiovascular conditioning, your endurance has got to be in check. But if you can hang on, it can be a winning formula to have your partner in there. You've got to hang on, you've got to survive. It's a long time, but the Goon Squad could ultimately turn these poor numbers they've drawn into an advantage.
That's unfortunately easier said than done. I've been in there with my partners before, and even that, but you never know when someone's going to come at you from behind, come at you from the side. I mean, the Rumble is just so unpredictable.
You see Eaton standing tall, Evan Banks down in the corner.
And Lance Lude just now starting to try to recover. And now this should be interesting.
This is a dangerous dude right here, McAllister, a former member of the All-Stars, now on his own with no friends whatsoever. And
Roy and Walter still trying to tell him what to do.
McAllister left the All-Stars months ago.
And I think, oh man, look at how angry Michael McAllister looks.
This is a serious dude right here. This is an angry, serious dude.
And it's every time one of these guys touch him, he just looks more and more, he's gonna hurt somebody.
Oh God, he went after Eaton and Wilkins. McAllister, the fury that literally cannot be contained here. He's going after the Goon Squad. McAllister wants to remain independent of the All-Stars.
Right, and he is more aggressive and more angry than he has ever been.
Cyrus clubbing away on him. McAllister, Cyrus and Eaton in one corner, Wilkins and Banks in the other. Big forearm strike.
Man, this thing's just a fight all over the place. It's hard to keep up with all of it. And Michael McAllister just walking around and hitting everybody he sees. And so far,
great move from Wilkins, just takes McAllister down, and Eaton follows up with the combination.
And they are coming fast and furious in this Rumble match. No one eliminated yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Bishop!
There's a powerful individual stepping between the ropes right now. Bishop is measuring the Goon Squad here. Double pounce, and they both go down.
Man, for such a small guy, he packs a lot of power in that frame. Oh, God.
Eaton clotheslines Bishop down. Josh Bishop was in the very first Rumble.
Oh, man.
Back in 2001, and we talked about records earlier tonight, C-Bear. Bishop actually reaches a record tonight in the Rumble, the longest distance between Rumble appearances. He was in the very first one back in 2001, and he is back here in 2013.
And if I recall, the guy who previously held that record was the winner of that first one, Caprice Coleman.
That's right.
When he came back in 2010. Or was it 2011, I'm sorry.
Firing away here. Everyone still jockeying for position. No one has been eliminated thus far here in the Rumble match. A little uncharacteristic to see no one having been tossed out here 6 or 7 numbers deep.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with there's a couple of alliances formed in this match. And that's really kind of thwarted any eliminations. And Lance Lude so far has had a good game plan. He's tried to stay low. He's the smallest man in this thing. And we got another one coming in less than 10. And Bishop, I think, can last a while in this. He's got great conditioning. He's a great athlete.
CWF
Oh, man. This is my pick.
Oh, boy.
My pick to win this match, Aric Andrews.
The returning assassin, Aric Kandrack, drawing number 8.
I don't care if it's a sub-10 number. He's going to beat everyone up.
Kandrack is just clubbing people right and left.
And Evan Banks.
Banks is hanging on.
Barely holds on. Oh!
Banks is still alive, unbelievably. Oh, God, Banks is out.
Our first elimination.
Kandrack is mauling Bishop.
He's mauling everybody.
Bishop is out right on top of Evan Banks. If Kandrack, Eaton, and Wilkins can control the ring, we could see the All-Stars literally run the entire distance of the Rumble here, Cecil.
Hey, right now, I think Kandrack could do it by himself.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Lance Lude crashes hard, and look at McAllister.
And now he's an All-Star again.
No, he's not. He's calling them all out.
Oh, God.
McAllister is standing defiant in the face of the All-Stars.
And the headbutt from Kandrack. McAllister, give him credit for guts.
McAllister is gone.
Oh, boy.
Converse is joining Osiris. Dynasty and the All-Stars. Here we go. It's Dynasty versus the All-Stars.
That's all that's left. And, of course, Lance Lude kind of the fifth wheel in there right now. And, of course, Roy Wilkins and Ric Converse had that grueling match earlier.
If you had your way, Cecil, would you prefer to have a match on the big card, or would you prefer to hold off until the Rumble and be fresh?
I would prefer to be fresh and draw, you know, about 15 or 20, somewhere in that range.
Roy Wilkins is gone! The first member of the All-Stars to be eliminated is Roy Wilkins.
When you get that early draw, if you wrestled earlier, it's good to start with, but you wear out quick.
Endurance will be one of the stories of the bout as we progress and move on here.
And I would be remiss if we didn't mention, of course, Aric Kandrack 1 year ago in the match of the year with the then Shiva Kid, Andrew Everett.
It was 1 year ago tonight. He was the Mid-Atlantic champion defending against Andrew Everett. And Wilkins now is dragging Osiris out. Osiris is still in this match legally.
Oh, he may not be now. Wilkins taking his aggression out on the man that eliminated him. And the All-Stars are standing tall in this thing right now.
LeBron Cozone!
And the young competitor, RGL competitor LeBron Cozone. He's loading up.
Another young man in the RGL here springs on Eaton and connects.
Why is he wearing a glow stick?
Kandrack takes him down.
Kandrack ought to beat him up for wearing that stick around his neck. I'm sorry, that bothers me.
We've got a fight between Kandrack and Cozone. Lude and Converse are doubling up on Eaton, and Roy Wilkins is still attacking Osiris on the floor. Referee Joey Hogan is sending Wilkins to the back, but Osiris is hurt on the floor.
Yeah, we've got to get more referees or something to get Wilkins out of here. Osiris still legally in the match.
Wilkins has been eliminated. They need to drag Wilkins to the back here.
And now they're physically moving him. And we got Converse just dealing on Walter Eaton in the corner.
Osiris firing back on Wilkins.
Man.
The Dynasty and the All-Stars are at war at the 13th Annual Rumble.
Not even eliminations or being outside the ring can stop this fight right now. Oh, and Kandrack just squashing Lance Lude in the corner.
Man, a returning favorite from CWF Mid-Atlantic, and he's going right after the assassin. Brad Attitude helping out the Dynasty and going right after Aric Andrews in the far corner of the ring.
The veteran of CWF, he was in one of the very earliest Rumbles.
He was the first graduate of the CWF Mid-Atlantic Dojo.
And made his debut in the Rumble, of course. He is one of the...
Eaton's gone.
Yeah, Eaton is gone.
Converse has eliminated Walter Eaton. The last remaining member of the All-Stars is Ray Kandrack. I don't think he knows it. Oh, he got Converse out.
And Ray Kandrack, the survivor of this All-Stars Dynasty fight. And Brad Attitude, of course, just came in.
It's down to those two men representing their teams, and we have got still a brawl going on the floor. Now it's a four-man brawl on the floor.
I don't think I've ever seen the Rumble just span the entire building like this.
Cozone and Lance Lude in one corner. Attitude teeing off on Kandrack. Fight in the lobby between the All-Stars and the Dynasty.
Nice looking Bulldog, and I got to give a shout to Lance Lude, still in this. Drew number 2.
Moonsault crushes him.
I think the knee called Kandrack. We got a fight over here by us.
They are right here by us, literally.
And
the newest graduate of the Mid-Atlantic Dojo is in the Rumble.
I literally know nothing about this guy, Brad.
He's the newest graduate of the Mid-Atlantic Dojo.
Well, I know that much.
He won a rookie battle royal to earn a spot.
Wait, what the?
Oh my God!
What in the hell?
San Andreas in the right place at the right time. Just eliminated Kandrack.
And Kandrack is not happy.
Oh my God. Oh, Kandrack's gonna hurt this kid bad.
Oh, the ray gun.
Kandrack is gonna hurt this kid bad, y'all.
Man, he thought he had done something here, but that may have been the biggest mistake of his life.
And now he's going after Attitude. Ray Kandrack has been eliminated from this match. San Andreas is left in a heap. Oh, Ozone gets the headbutt. Oh my God, he just spiked Lance Lude. Ray Kandrack has been eliminated from this Rumble, but he is leaving bodies in his wake, and Cecil, no one is willing to cross the assassin.
I sure as hell wouldn't. Who's going to tell him to leave?
Attitude hits the canvas awkwardly. The crowd wants to see Kandrack pulled out of the match. None of the officials are willing to do it. I don't think there's anybody that can get Kandrack out of the ring.
Oh my God. Oh.
Look at Kandrack. Look at Kandrack. Kandrack and Mecha are squaring off.
And he's telling him to take a hike.
Oh my God in heaven.
Now you see why I was partners with these two guys.
It's Godzilla versus King Kong at the Rumble.
And Ray.
And Kandrack is stepping out.
Wow. That's huge. Speaking of huge, here goes Brad Attitude.
Brad Attitude is gone. Mecha Mercenary has been known to clear out the ring. Cozone is gone. San Andreas has not moved since he was almost murdered by Kandrack. And San Andreas is gone.
Lance Lude is not. Lance, he held on.
He did hold on. Lance Lude is still in this thing. He went through the ropes. Look at Lance Lude against Mecha.
He's got to be quicker than he's ever been in his life. Mecha caught him. Cristo.
Oh, he can't reach him. Mecha's too big. He can't reach him on the Cristo. Mecha is literally too big.
Too much girth. Oh, he held on again. Oh,
Lude with a kick. Oh, God.
Oh, he caught him in the black hole.
Mecha is standing tall, and look at Aric Andrews. Look at the concentration on the face of Killbilly Aric Andrews. He is gonna fight Mecha man on man. No one else in the ring right now.
And a huge slap to the face. Mecha thinks it's funny, but we got a double leg takedown.
And look at Southpaw, Aric Andrews, perhaps the most underrated wrestler on the CWF roster, going after the Mecha Mercenary. Lance Lude is down and hurt, but he is still in the matchup. The only two men in the ring right now are Mecha and Andrews.
Super kick by Aric Andrews. Lance Lude, of course, still in the match, but if you want to be technical about it, he's not going anywhere for a while. Aric Andrews with that super kick got a leg up on Mecha Mercenary right now, and he needs to act fast. This is not a good move.
Oh my God, he got him up! Oh! He could not get him out though. He tried to jump him over the top rope. He couldn't drag him that far.
Too much weight.
Way too much weight.
Especially at this point. Mecha's still reasonably fresh. That's what Aric Andrews needs to do. And hey, another stinger splash.
You've teamed with the man, Cecil Scott. Does Mecha have the endurance to last the whole way, drawing number 13?
Ooh, Aric Andrews almost out. He's never been pushed that far. It's hard to say. And we got the young rookie, Manny Garcia, about to enter. Mecha has never had to deal with that kind of longevity in a match. His longest matches have been tag team affairs.
And look at Manny Garcia. What a break this rookie has caught. There's no one else in the ring.
He might be able to just have a Dominican holiday in there right now. And immediately a USA chant. And Manny Garcia hasn't had the best of luck since his debut, to say the least. Hey. Hey, he's waving the flag. I like this guy. And he's still got the flag. He needs to do something before these guys get up. And Manny Garcia draping the flag on Aric Andrews. He's going to do the dance. Look at the Dominican salsa dance in the elbow. And Lance Lude still hanging in there. And Aric Andrews is pissed now after having that flag draped on him. He did not appreciate the salsa dance.
That's a great matchup here, Andrews and Garcia.
I think this could potentially be a great singles match in the future. You're right.
Precisely.
Garcia's got the goods. He just got to put together some luck.
One of the Mid-Atlantic Outlaws, and Manny Garcia going right after Lewis Moore.
And this is right up his alley. Just plenty of guys to punch in the face. And he's doing just that. Seriously, we can't give enough credit to Lance Lude right now for still being in this thing.
Still hanging in there. He's trying to kind of stick to low ground right now. A fresh body comes in every 90 seconds, Cecil. That's very dangerous for somebody like Lude.
It is, and that's a smart plan. Stay in the fetal position on the ropes. Especially, you got some big guys in this ring right now.
That's something that we should mention. Lance Lude being one of the smallest guys in the matchup and drawing number 2 really is at a disadvantage here.
And you have to bear in mind, draw number 2 is really just as disadvantageous as drawing number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 and 2 start. You get no advantage whatsoever from number 2.
And I think in terms of weight, he might actually be the smallest man in this match.
Seems very reasonable at this point.
Oh, Mecha caught him.
Mecha caught Lance Lude like a baby. And that's scary.
And that might be the end of his run here. No.
Hooks him in a cutter and takes Mecha down. How many tricks does Lance Lude have in his bag tonight?
He better have about 14 guys worth more of tricks up his sleeve.
The other half of Smith and Weston, the cocky Rising Generation League prospect, Smith Garrett, one of several. Oh, he's got Andrews, and he sent Aric Andrews to the floor.
This team of Smith and Weston has had the number of the Killbillies, and it continues there.
Mecha got a hold of Garrett and sends him right into Lance Lude.
And he's still just as cocky as can be.
How much do you bench? Are you kidding me?
Do you even lift, bro?
Manny Garcia choosing to step out.
He's asking Lance how much he benches as if it's relevant.
He drop kicked Garrett. Mecha, I think, is trying to get a piece of Lance Lude, but Lance Lude just moves so quick.
And Lance.
Back elbow.
And this Garrett is just as cocky as it gets. I can't overstate that enough.
Oh gosh, belly to belly. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I told you.
the power and the confidence of Smith Garrett. And Lewis Moore is going to get him a piece of Smith.
And he had a little bit of a run-in a few weeks ago in an 8-man tag. And another man coming in. And they don't get any smaller, do they?
C-Bear, this is not a man that I would want to mess with.
No, I have messed with him before, and it was a bad idea.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Mark James hits the ring hard. Clothesline on Garcia.
And he has stated many times that this is the year he will win a championship in CWF, and this is a great way to go about that.
Mecha charges on Mark James. Look at these two hosses slugging it out here.
He got the spine buster on Mecha Mercenary. That's 400 pounds.
Tremendous show of strength from Mark James. You see him favoring the back, though.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of weight to lift up. They could pull every muscle in your back.
They've got Mecha. Mark James and Lewis Moore have got Mecha teetering. Legs are in the air here.
Can he hold on? Yes.
He has held on.
That's some great dexterity from the big man.
Oh, Lance Lude just eliminated Mecha.
And they just creamed Lance Lude right after that. Lance Lude just teetering on the brink of disaster in this match.
But Mecha Mercenary's feet hit the ground. I'm 99% sure Mecha Mercenary is out of this matchup.
His whole body hit the ground. That was a brilliant move, double hit toss to take him out. But
Richard's going right after Lance Lude, the most weakened man in the match.
Of course.
The man has been in there for minutes upon minutes upon minutes.
And of course, Richards had no designs of coming through the curtain. And now he's just choking Lance Lude with his tape. And Lance Lude, of course, your long timer in this match, followed by Manny Garcia.
Yeah, but with all due respect, I guess, Garcia has not worked nearly as hard as Lance Lude has.
Well, no, but you still got to give him some credit. There is no easy point in the Rumble match.
Lewis Moore teetering nearby us. Mark James beating the crap out of Manny Garcia. Richard staying on top of Lance Lude.
And we got Smith Garrett, nearly got Lewis Moore out of there. He's just, as you mentioned, one of a number of young guys making their debut in this match. Oh, making their first Rumble appearance, I should say. And what better way to make an impact?
Richards has got to stay away from Mark James if he wants to survive very long in this match.
Man, I've never seen Richards move so fast in my life.
I haven't in a wrestling ring.
No, I'm not going there.
Garcia got a hold of Mark James in the far corner.
And Garcia, of course, looking to redeem himself after a few unlucky showings, as we mentioned earlier. And Garrett holding on. And that's a good break for Lewis Moore.
Yeah, it is. The Outlaws are going to be in here together, and he goes right for Nick Richards, fires away on him.
And Houston just patrolling the ring, just finding somebody to hit. Not going to be hard to do with this many guys in here. We're filling back up after that flurry of eliminations earlier.
Oh, boy, this is going to be bad for Smith.
And he's begging off. Oh, my God.
How much does that suck?
It sucks so hard. I'd rather shower with a bear.
Ducks one, heads up.
Ducked another.
Boom! Lewis smokes him with the knee left.
Very nice high knee there.
Talk about the ring announcer from the title match?
Look.
Lewis Moore scoops him up. Be Manaconda moonsault time. I think it is. Drilled him with it.
You seriously broke my concentration just now.
And the Outlaws are controlling Smith Garrett right here.
Now, it might be dangerous for Matt Houston to hit up top like this.
Going for the old school revolver. And they hit him with it. Smith Garrett is literally being put through the entire moveset of the Outlaws.
And Richards from behind eliminated Lewis Moore.
Really? Richards happy with that.
Oh, and Mark James is going to kill him.
Mark James will kill Richards if he gets a hold of him. Richards is trying to get away.
Donnie Dollars!
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
There is nowhere for Nick Richards to run. Well,
Richards is going to the floor. Donnie is going to meet him.
He can just run the hell away. That's the only place he can go.
Well, there goes Garcia.
As you were saying.
Oh my God, powder in the eyes.
What in the hell?
Powder in the eyes of Donnie Dollars. Donnie is blinded and Richards is trying to scurry away. Oh, he's got Smith Garrett. Donnie Dollars blinded has just eliminated Garrett.
And I don't think anyone is sad to see Smith Garrett go.
Lance Lude is trying to get water in the eyes of Dollars. Richards is still hiding anywhere he can.
I'm sorry, that's a dumb move by Lance Lude. Why help out a guy in this Rumble match? He could have taken the advantage and just dumped him.
I think everybody wants to see Richards get his comeuppance here. Oh, they've got Richards trapped. They've all got Richards trapped.
Charlie Weston!
Weston is looking at Richards. Smith and Weston have got Richards cornered. And Smith and Weston just threw Richards to Donnie Dollars. Oh my God. Donnie has got Richards.
He finally got a hold of him. And he's going to choke the life out of him.
And Donnie is giving the evil eye to everyone in the ring. They are leaving Richards out to dry here.
Nobody is going to save Nick Richards, trust me.
The problem, like you said earlier, with being a jerk is that you have no friends.
Exactly.
And Donnie Dollars is literally going to beat the crap out of Richards, and I don't see anybody stopping him.
And the only escape for Nick Richards is if he just gets the hell out of here.
Pray for death.
Yeah, that too.
Donnie is going to beat Richards into oblivion here.
Oh, and like they say, you reap what you sow.
Well, Richards has had this coming ever since March 30th when Richards stabbed Donnie in the back, broke up Fatback, and beat him half to death with a chair. Oh, spins him out.
And Donnie has waited months and months and months.
He's measuring Richards. Dollars and James are both measuring Richards.
Jason Miller!
Oh man, that's the best news Nick Richards has gotten all day.
Oh boy, we're gonna have us a real fight here. Richards, Miller, James, and Donnie Dollars. They call him the difference maker.
Oh, they went high and low on him.
They call him the difference maker, and not for no reason. As this thing is breaking back out again, Lance Lude draped over the top rope.
He's hanging on. Still hanging in there. Oh!
Lance Lude still alive in this thing.
And now that everyone's done watching Donnie Dollars beat the life out of Nick Richards, this thing is just a fight all over the place. There's never any finesse in a Rumble match.
Matt Houston got a hold of Charlie Weston in that corner. Weston put up a great fight earlier to try to capture the RGL title. Did not get it.
Yeah, great match with Chris Lee earlier.
Mark James charges. Here comes Miller. And Miller eliminates Mark James.
And that's the teamwork.
Lance Lude got a hold of Miller.
That was smart by Lance, trying to teeter the big man out. He was a little too fresh.
So much fight in Lance Lude, my gosh.
Oh man.
He's gonna press Lude out. No, he's not.
He's hanging on.
Lance Lude just refuses to be eliminated.
He's trying to pull him out. Oh man, coming through the back door, Zane Dawson.
Dawson's got a hold of Donnie. And Richards sneaks underneath. Richards eliminates Donnie Dollars. Richards and Miller have outlasted Dollars and James. And a heartbreaker.
And we've seen this loose affiliation with Richards, Jason Miller, and Zane Dawson. They seem to have a common goal, and that's the destruction of this company.
They were six-man partners back at Weaver Cup Finals night. Donnie Dollars' revenge will have to wait for another night. Bodies are sprawn out everywhere here.
Man, and this has really become anybody's match at this point. I'm not sure what number that was. I apologize.
Zane Dawson just came in at number 24.
24, so we're getting into the really prime real estate numbers at this point.
That's a hell of a draw for that bad, bad man.
Yes, it is. And anyone that comes in from this point honestly has the odds-on chance of winning this.
Yeah, anyone that comes in here has got a great chance of winning it.
As we know, more people have won coming in after number 25 than any other number.
Richards, confidence exuding that they've got things well in control here.
Weston may have Lude here.
Nope. Lude hangs on again. Every time Lance Lude avoids elimination, take a shot.
It's the Boogie Woogie Man.
Oh man, if there's one guy I want on my team in a fight, it's Rob. Oh. And he's got a hold of Weston.
The king of the bunkhouse match.
He's won more of them than anybody in CWF history.
He's had so many boos in that boot of his. And I have to say, I've pointed out so many times, I'm so impressed with Lance Lude tonight. He's come back to a hero's welcome in the last couple of months. Oof. And Ron McBride, like we said, the veteran, been in this type of match more than anybody.
Matt Houston covers.
And you've referred to him before as the godfather of CWF.
We're gonna see the Manaconda moonsault again. No! Oh man! Zane Dawson absolutely just mauled and maybe destroyed Matt Houston.
That might be the elimination of the night right there.
My God, Houston crashes hard to the floor, and McBride is really getting pummeled on this side of the ring. Ooh. Jason Miller, Zane Dawson, Charlie Weston now coming up. Lance Lude and Richards in the far corner, but McBride is getting pummeled bad in this corner nearest to us.
By a bad, bad dude. And I'm sure these two have duked it out plenty of times over the state of North Carolina.
Aaron Biggs draws number 26, Cecil Scott.
This is a great number for this man. He could go ahead and do some damage while he's fresh. My God!
Miller is hanging on! Not no more, he's not. He caught Richards, he's still hanging on!
Richards is still in. A super kick from the big man.
And Jason Miller eats the canvas. Richards going for something. Oh God, Superman punch, and Richards is gone. Aaron Biggs is hitting it hard and strong in this year's Rumble.
Yes, he is.
Oh, good Lord.
A Thez press. The damnedest Thez press I've ever seen in my life.
Drawing number 26, the smart money may have just shifted to Aaron Biggs, who would not be the first rookie that ever won this thing. The Mid-Atlantic champion Arik Royal won it in his rookie year, and it turned out pretty good for him, Cecil.
Absolutely. Big spine buster. He capped off his rookie year with that win.
Oh my gosh.
He's right. And I don't think anyone bigger is coming in after him as far as I know.
I don't think there's anybody bigger on the planet than him.
Yeah, who's going to toss this guy?
He's waiting on number 27.
Oh, man. I think he has a great chance right now. He's finally, after all these years, gotten a good number.
And he is in no rush at all to get in there. Oh, God, lariat! The most dangerous lariat in wrestling just took Aaron Biggs down.
And Chase Dakota's a little tidbit. This is the first time ever he has come in later than number 4 in the Rumble match. He's had some bad luck of the draw in years past. And he's been on quite a roll lately.
Look at Lance Lude.
Nice head scissor. Chase is a little dizzy. Oh,
Lance Lude still holding on here. Kicks away. Chase going to follow him. This is dangerous for both men here. Chase is going for that head dropping maneuver on the apron.
No way, not on the... Chase, of course, went through the ropes.
Christo!
Lance needs to get back in the ring, though.
Chase Dakota tapping, but it's not going to do any good. He's hurting. You can look at his face and tell. You're right. Lance Lude needs to climb back in there.
German? No way. He needs to be careful with this because he can eliminate himself.
Oh, Lance is gone.
Oh, man, Lance is finally out.
Lance is gone.
And show Smoove.
All that time and effort, and Lance Lude is finally gone.
He came in at number 2, lasted till number 28. Great effort by Lance Lude.
Chris Lee hitting the ring hard here.
Speaking of great effort, he is taking it to the bad man, Zane Dawson. And we've got 2 competitors left.
Look at Weston firing away on Aaron Biggs.
And we saw with that elimination the real luck of the draw, those late numbers.
And Charlie Weston is not intimidated by the big man, Cecil.
Oh, no, he's laying on his back. Of course not. Heck, even I was confident when he was laying on his back.
Lance Lude is hurt bad on the floor.
Now, Aaron Biggs, this is a guy you don't want him to get vertical, though. Get him up long enough to dump him.
Zane Dawson teetering on the far side.
Oh, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. Charlie Weston having a good showing here himself.
Could be a career-making night, potentially, for Weston.
And of all the men in the ring right now, hold that thought. Chet Sterling.
The Aftermath Apprentice draws 29 in his 2nd annual Rumble.
Oh!
And he just got kicked right in the face by Chris Lee.
The Twist and Gamagiri, and this is a rivalry that has lasted a year.
Biggie Smoove has got Chet.
Big power slam. And I was about to mention, no one in this ring has won the Rumble before, if I am not mistaken.
You're correct. It looks like it's going to be a first-time winner here.
Depending on who number 30 is, obviously.
We've got 53 seconds until we find out who number 30 is, but it is looking like a first-time winner situation, potentially.
And that's huge. I mean, I think all the favorites came in the first half of this thing and more or less eliminated each other.
Talk about the luck of the draw.
Oh, God.
We will never know how well the members of the Dynasty or the All-Stars could have done in this thing had they not been preoccupied fighting each other.
Yeah, I think that was their sole purpose coming into this thing. Chase was trying to get at Chris Lee, and Aaron Biggs isn't letting him. He's fighting off everybody.
Oh, boy.
He's going for the big splash.
Oh, he got Charlie Weston with the big splash.
And Charlie's in a bad way. We are 5 seconds away from finding out who number 30 is. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Andrew Everett!
Oh, my God.
He's back.
Andrew Everett is in the Rumble.
We haven't seen him since Weaver Cup Finals night.
Everett suffered a severe ankle injury in August. We did not expect him for weeks and weeks, but Andrew Everett is number 30.
And I think it's safe to say that is your favorite to win right now.
He's got a lot of big men. He's got to get over the top rope to make it happen, but he has definitely hit the ring with fire and vigor and energy here.
Oh, and Zane Dawson posted him. I was about to say Andrew Everett, possibly the hottest rising star on the independent circuit today.
So this is it. Give me a head count. These are the men that we are left with.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
One of the men in this ring right now will be the 13th annual Rumble winner. 2-4. Is it 6-8-8?
6, 7, yes, 7, 8. First time winner. No matter who wins.
Aaron Biggs, the rookie, is going to be real hard to get over the top rope. We talked about Matty de Nero being a sentimental favorite earlier tonight. You got to think maybe Rob McBride, the godfather of CWF Mid-Atlantic, might be the sentimental favorite of the ones in the ring right now.
You have to think so. He is definitely the crowd favorite. He and Andrew Everett. Rob McBride, the most experienced in the match.
RGL competitors are facing off in center ring. Leg lariat!
And you got a wonderful mix in this match of youth and experience all over the place.
This is anybody's ball game, Cecil Scott.
I legitimately could not pick you a winner right now. And before he ate that post, I would have said Andrew Everett.
But he comes right back on Chet.
He got the great head scissor there, and Chase Dakota right on him, going to go for that suplex.
Oh, he creamed him with it too.
Watch out for Chris Lee, Insugiri.
Chris Lee has been calculating with those kicks in this thing.
That's something he's really worked on.
Short arm lariat from Dawson. How bad is Zane Dawson?
He is the baddest man in this ring right now.
Oh boy.
He might be the...
Oh God, he just steamrolled on him.
He might be the deadest man in this ring right now.
Unbelievable. Everyone is down. Bodies are sprawled out everywhere. Whoa.
Oh, this is teacher versus student. Boogie, of course, trained Aaron Biggs for the ring in his battles against the Mecha Mercenary.
We talked about him being the perennial godfather of CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Oh! That's a lot of weight in the middle of the ring. That's about 800 pounds colliding. Rob had a big breakfast today.
Nobody going anywhere right now.
Oh, God!
They collided awkwardly and brutally.
It's like two school buses running into each other. Man,
look at this idiot, Manny Garcia.
What in the hell is he doing out here?
Eliminated like 10 minutes ago. And he's out to mock McBride.
I think almost everyone forgot he was even in this thing.
Well, he was eliminated 10, 15 minutes ago.
And hey, he's doing better now than he was when he was actually in the match.
Taunting McBride. Can the officials get this idiot out of the ring, please?
The officials have done a horrible job of getting guys out of the ring tonight.
This ain't exactly Ray Kandrack.
No, and finally Red Jones getting in here.
Garcia was eliminated from this thing like 15 minutes ago.
Rather unceremoniously, too.
Joey Hogan might eliminate him himself again.
Joey Hogan does not care.
Whoa, Rob's up! And he sends Garcia out once again.
And watch out.
Chet Sterling got McBride. Chet Sterling eliminates McBride. The godfather of CWF Mid-Atlantic is out.
And that was just a blow to the hearts of these fans. Another notch in the belt of Chet Sterling.
That elimination directly responsible by Manny Garcia, who is now attacking McBride on the floor. Garcia lost the loser leaves 90-day match to McBride back on June 1st that sent him out of CWF for 3 months. And now he has cost McBride the 13th annual Rumble.
A Rumble that I know Rob McBride personally was so excited to be a part of. And Andrew Everett almost went out there. Would it count if he fell on the ramp?
Not sure. Chris Lee is on the apron.
Man, he held on. I'm so impressed by these young stars in this match tonight. Chase Dakota holds on.
They're slugging it out.
Chase Dakota got a pin on Chris Lee a few weeks ago.
Dakota jawing with the crowd here.
Soul Food on the apron.
Chase Dakota's gone.
Man, Chase is out. We are down to the final 6.
We are down to 6, and how about the Rising Generation League holding on in this thing?
Man, 4 representatives from the RGL in this thing.
Unbelievable the type of talent that is coming out of the Mid-Atlantic dojo these days.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
And there was the experience.
Biggs is gone. Dawson survives.
And who at this point is going to take out Zane Dawson?
Well, we've got some hungry young athletes that are dying for that moment in the spotlight here.
Man, it is really hard to pick a winner, but if you twist my arm, I've got to pick Zane Dawson right now.
Chet Sterling.
Chris Lee is out.
Chet Sterling is in the right place at the right time every single time.
And you have to give him credit. He's doing it on his own.
We're down to 4.
Final 4. 2 RGL competitors hanging tough. Great showing by Charlie Weston. He's been in there for a while now. Very impressed by this young man.
We've settled into our final four here. And Chet Sterling, taking a cue from Trevor Lee here, is trying to direct traffic.
And Andrew Everett telling him to bring it.
Andrew Everett, one of the most sought-after wrestlers in the Carolinas, anywhere in the country for that matter.
He's been all over the place. Big star in CZW right now.
Hugely in demand all over the nation and across the world.
And if he can stay healthy, there's no limit to how far he can go. And Chet Sterling nearly had him out of this thing. Chet with head of steam.
Oh, great shot from Everett. Sterling is out.
Chet is out, and we're down to 3.
How about Charlie Weston surviving to the final 3?
I don't think any of us would have expected Charlie Weston to be in the running to win this thing.
He's gonna throw Everett out.
Are they going to work together here? Nope. No. It's Zane Dawson.
Dawson doesn't want to work with anybody in CWF Mid-Atlantic.
JK.
One of these 3 will stand tall at the end of the night.
Oh, he went for that drop kick.
Gave him nothing, did Dawson. Oh! Stuck him.
Big spine buster there. Everett.
Watch Everett.
Oh! Star press!
My God.
Man, that might be it for Charlie Weston.
Wait! Everett's out, no!
He hangs on again. Much like we saw with Lance Lude earlier, he keeps finding a way to hold on.
I don't think Zane realizes that Everett is still in this thing.
I don't either. He's eyeballing Charlie Weston.
I do not think he realizes that Everett is still in this thing and nobody in the building wants to tip him off. Oh, God!
Drop kick to the back.
He's trying to get Dawson out.
He damn near teetered out on his own after that drop kick.
Anyone can win this thing. Charlie Weston may be the Cinderella story of all time here in a moment.
He's smart. He's hanging back, letting these 2 duke it out.
This is a huge moment here. No, he's going for Everett.
Oh.
Everett is still alive. Feet have not touched the floor yet.
He had the right idea. Definitely had the right idea. Andrew Everett just saw it coming. Charlie Weston
is out.
Man, great showing, but he's out.
And we are down to 2.
And then there were 2.
Zane Dawson, Andrew Everett. The Sportatorium has picked their favorite.
As if there was any doubt.
Maybe the favorite son of CWF Mid-Atlantic is charging the invading Zane Dawson. Dawson has said for months that he was as good or better than anyone in CWF Mid-Atlantic. He has got his chance to prove it here right now. If he is the last man standing in this grueling Rumble match, his claim can no longer be denied.
Lariat, no.
Pele!
Man, and the 13-year-old kid has grown up into a man. Can he go full circle?
Woo! So close. Joey Hogan and Red Jones are right there.
Yeah, but there's not going to be a blown call on this. Oh!
Dawson powerfully, assertively stepping back through the ropes.
But can he get Andrew Everett out of this ring? We have seen him hold on time and again. And we've reached a stalemate.
Look at the look of focus and intensity on Dawson's face. Oh boy!
He's looking at that lariat again, but Andrew caught him.
This is it. If he gets him over, this is it.
Oh, look at the strength of Zane Dawson. Buckle bomb.
Oh. Everett is still teetering. Everett's over the top rope. Oh, that's it. Zane Dawson has won it. A heartbreaker for CWF Mid-Atlantic. Look at the heartbreak on the faces of the fans. Zane Dawson is the last man standing.
And furthermore, he gets a shot.
53 minutes, 24 seconds. The last man standing in the 13th annual CWF Rumble. Zane Dawson!
Zane
He
Dawson.
said for months that he was as good as the best, and he just proved it.
Proved it, and as I was about to say, he gets a shot anytime he wants at the title of his choosing. And he's asking for a mic.
Go get your mama ready for me, punk. I told you for months and months what I was coming to do. I shouldn't even have to win this Rumble. All you see, you all thought I was gonna lose. Look at the golden boy now. What I tell you? Tell her I'm coming. She better have a lot of blankets. You'll be seeing me real soon.
Zane Dawson, a man of few words, exits the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium victorious in a heartbreaker here at the 13th Annual Rumble. Fans around the world, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. Please stay current on CWF247.com for our updates.
For months now. Months! I've been here at CWF Mid-Atlantic. And I've been fighting and beating and taking down anything they put in front of me. But now, tonight, I won the CWF Rumble. A match I shouldn't even have had to been in. I should have been the Mid-Atlantic champion already. Tonight, I should have been defending the Mid-Atlantic championship. But I'm not the champion. And you know why? It's all because of one man. You, Shane Helms. All because of you! Now I had to come in and outlast 30 other men. And now, nobody can deny me. Nobody! Not CWF, not Arik Royal, and damn sure not you, Shane Helms. So whether it be you, Arik Royal, or you, Shane Helms, no one can deny Zane Dawson